Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut, Real Estate Jerky Daily. Normally here with Mike Kelly. He started his vacation early. I will start mine next week. So that means we won't be here for the week of Christmas. We'll probably be here for the week of New Year's. Something happened. I'm not going live on the Instagram, so that has to be something I did wrong. Who knows? Well, deal with it. Figure it out. It says I'm live, but I don't see it. I have to click the button and it's not there. All right, let's move on. Not a ton of news today. I thought there'd be much more news, but there really isn't. The only thing that really came out today was existing home sales, and I kind of went down a rabbit hole with that one, trying to figure out, where we really are and everything else. But existing home sales for November rose 0.5% to 4.13 million on an annualized pace. That's below their expectation of 4.2 million estimate. Inventory's up, they said 7.5% year over year. We're at 775,399 as of end of last week, according to Housing Wires, where I get my numbers from, and that's $19,000 down, not dollars, but inventory down 19,000 of that. So I don't know how they're getting up over 7.5% year over year, because we were higher than this last year. I can almost guarantee. I'd have to go back to our recordings to know. The other thing came out is consumer sentiment and confidence for November. Overall index is 88.7%, 88.7, down from 95.5, which is showing that the consumer is not really gung-ho on this economy and everything else is going. I should say their situation, not the economy, but their situation of what they think is going to going forward for themselves. Expectation index is 63.2, signals growth potentially. I don't know. Then also the University of Michigan sentiment came out for 2025. Its index is 53.3, up slightly from 51.0. As basic takeaway from all this stuff is the normal situation. We're cautious. We don't see any major danger, but no stranger danger, but we're worried about 2026 because we've been told so many times next year is going to be so much better, and don't worry about it. It's going to be better. And we've heard that so many times that it's not happening. Next week, we have just some information on Tuesday. It's the final GDP confidence numbers and some manufacturing data. But the one thing I did find that was unique is the fact that Texas, if you live in Texas, you're fighting for the same land now with data centers. Data centers are taking over a lot of the land that normally would be for home building. So if that's the case in Texas, eventually they're going to do that everywhere to build these AI huge where I don't want to say warehouses, but basically this data centers for all this AI, because Google needs it, Meta needs it, and every other company coming out is needing it. I guess land prices in Texas they're saying a surge. I don't know if that's truly what it is. A parcel that sold for $40,000 an acre will now go for $300,000 an acre if they meet data center criteria. And builders can't compete with that, of course, pushing smart starter homes further out and further out. And that's what we're going to run into. The other issue that the single data center can consume 550,000 gallons of water a day, same as a small town, the power equal to 70 to 80,000 homes. This is a problem for grids. It raises utility costs, especially in rural towns or low income areas. I'm sure we'll never get one here in California because of the water issue there, because we never save our water. So how are they going to get their water? But now I'm just being negative. Yes, I know, that's just me. So long story short, there's a lot of stuff going on out there. Should it bother you? No. Just focus on what you can control. What you can control is yourself. That's it. So folks, change your mindset, get out there, get busy, do like a lot of us are doing, closing a lot of deals next week to get people into homes for holidays, because that's what we do. That's all we're here for, is helping people get into homes, because home makes a huge difference for people. And I know everybody says, well, affordability is so horrible. It is, but it's always been that way in California. Always. Since I was a child, and that was a long time ago, most people couldn't afford a home in California, they still can't. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And you could move somewhere else and you could get affordability in other places. And again, but with that affordability comes other issues, weather, bugs, all those things that I don't like. That's why I like here in California. We know what our weather is. Yeah, Modesto isn't the greatest weather. I mean, Mike loves it, but who is Mike, right? Anyway, I'm getting off on a whole wrong tangent here. Let's bring it back. So basically, right now, rates are really good compared to where they've been. For most people who have a 3%, they're not that good. But for everybody else, they're really good. And you should start looking at, if you're not looking to buy a home, you need to start looking at it and see what that strike price needs to be for you to get into that house and what you're looking for, and make sure you get with your agent, first with your loan person, so they can tell you exactly what your numbers are, because it's not how much we can qualify you for, it's how much of a payment you want. All right, that's really all I have for today. It is Friday. Everybody make sure, guys, especially for guys, if you haven't finished your Christmas shopping, get it done today. Don't wait till next week. You should have had it done back on Black Friday, because that's the best day to do it, or even, that way it's done, or do it all year, however that works. All right, make it a great day. I'm sorry for the rambling. That's what happens when Mike's not here to keep me on track. And I will talk to you guys. Potentially Tuesday is probably the only day that I might come in, depending on what the numbers are and what's going on. And then I will give you all the the numbers from Monday on Tuesday, and then that's it for me for the week. I got to finish up some stuff and deal with the Christmas. All right, everybody, make a great happy holidays. If you don't listen to me until then, have a great day and make it a great Friday. And if you want to listen to Mike and I, we are on the radio tomorrow. We are noon on 1360 KFIV. And if you don't live close to us, you can always find it on the iHeart app, and you can listen to us that way. All right, make it a great day.